All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are taking a look at the AI sector, looking at AI itself and NVDA. Man, this 17-cent line, the 200 moving average, is very much doing its job, all right? For the last few weeks, I've been saying we have to bounce on this line. Otherwise, it might be a horrible drop to 13. The cool thing is, after today, we are over the 8 moving average. We've done this before and failed, right? So I'm not necessarily like ecstatic, but hey, I'm definitely glad that we're over the 8 instead of below it, right? So we'll get into the details shortly, real quick. What are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages, the horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like, share, subscribe, comment. Anything you can do really does help with the YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time is beyond appreciated, all right? And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not all-knowing. I got no crystal ball telling me what tomorrow's going to do. So yeah, if you've got better opinions than me, I'd love to hear from them, all right? So look, let's get going. And honestly, there's not too much more I can say on AI because it's literally been the same updates for the last 2 weeks, right? We are almost perfectly going parallel, horizontal, whatever you want to call it. We are riding the 200 moving average and doing our best to bounce. We tried right there, couldn't confirm. We've now tried right here. We really need to confirm. Otherwise, honestly, I don't know how much more this 200 can hold. You know what I mean? Like there was a wick right there, a wick right there, a wick right there, a close under, a day under, a wick right. Like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 9 days have actually interacted with that 200 line. You know what I mean? Like it's like that game, Don't Break the Ice. You can only tap it, Jenga, whatever game you like. You can only do it so many times before the support's just going to lose it, right? So tomorrow, man, tomorrow is a really critical day. My minimum expectation, honestly, dude, even 1820 is a little low. I think 1830 is probably what I'm going to want to genuinely believe confirmation. And look, even if we confirm, we are very much in a cluster of all 5 moving averages. We're definitely at the bottom of the cluster too. This is obviously the top and this is the middle, right? So I'm trying to get us a little closer to like bottom middle, right? But yeah, if we lose this purple line, I'm telling you, in my opinion, it should be a quick drop to this 13. I don't know if this 14 line is going to be that strong because really all we have is this one top, right? This 13 has a whole nice little plateau, and this just does seem like the stronger line. But look, the 200 is a very strong line. It is the last one here for a reason. It's generally the hardest one to break up, and it should be the hardest one to lose down, all right? RSI is trying to kind of uptrend. It kind of looks like MACD is kind of trying to do what that is doing. And yeah, volume's been all right the last 5 days, but end of the day, we really need more than 25 million shares traded. We really need this MACD to get over the red line and actually hopefully get into the zero. And again, tomorrow I think has to close around 1830 for me to genuinely believe we've bounced and we have a shot at going up, all right? Let me quickly show the NASDAQ, all right? NASDAQ's been a little iffy. You can see it now looks like we have lost the 8 and the 20 and possibly confirmed it. Look, this is a little bit more doji than I really say confirmation, but man, it seems like NASDAQ wants to come down to 11.8. All right, NASDAQ came so close to breaking my 1225 and just never could. You know what I mean? And yeah, NASDAQ looking scary has me really worried that AI is not going to hold this and might drop. So I think tomorrow, like I said, hopefully we close at that 1830 that we need. Otherwise, if we again make 2 moves up and fail, 2 moves up and fail, I would be really worried going into next week, all right? So, yeah, this does look good. That doesn't look horrible, and that actually doesn't look horrible either, but 80% of the work is up here, and I need to know that 8 is actually on our side, and I need to know that we've bounced on the 20 before, anything real. And look, I'll be honest, I don't know if this 20 is going to be that easy to break, right? Because then we have this line right here, this line right here. Like, that's going to be a pretty tight cluster, and it looks like they're going to just keep getting closer and closer to 20, right? So there's some worry on my side on this AI chart for sure. I think tomorrow should hopefully give us some better feeling going into Monday. But yeah, right now I am on the worried side, to say the least. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a doji on the weekly on an important line. I don't like that. And look, MACD just crossed under where the green is under the red. Here again, we see the green is under the red. Like, this I don't like. And I think on top of what we just saw in the daily, I'm not sure if we're holding the 50 here or the 200 there. So be really careful with AI. I genuinely mean that. I love the sector, but I love my indicators way more. And if my indicators are telling me be worried, I'm not going to let some AI hype kind of steer me away from that, all right? Just my 2 cents. NVIDIA was an interesting chart. So I for sure got my alert at the 280 break. I for sure have been saying if 280 break, I would strongly consider starting a position. I did not buy this at the 280 break. It looked like it would have been actually a pretty decent swing, nothing fantastic, but almost a 5% swing at least, adding about $10, right? That said, why didn't I buy it? It was the NASDAQ. I didn't like the way the NASDAQ was looking. And I always say an alert is not an immediate buy notification. It's definitely a come check it out. And as strong as this looked on the break of the 280, man, I didn't like what NASDAQ was doing. And knock on wood, I got that right. So it's funny. I was really excited to make this video. And I was going to talk about, oh man, I didn't do it. Let's see if it was going to be dumb or not. But again, knock on wood, I made the right decision by not coming in. Look, I've always said it. NVIDIA is a really big, strong company. I've actually said over the last videos that NVIDIA is doing better than AI itself. I genuinely believe no single stock is better than the major markets. If NASDAQ is going to do bad, NVIDIA is not going to do well. My opinion, maybe you'll sneak in a good day here or there. But yeah, if the majors are bad, most individual stocks will hurt as well. So I think I'm going to echo a lot of the same comments from AI. Look, doji, we now have a doji on a really important line. I don't know if we're going to be coming down to 260. You know what I mean? Like this 265 line did a really good job, right? Excuse me. I think we're going to come to a point where the 265 line might almost tie with the 50 moving average over the next couple days, right? But man, we lose this, this green can really quickly turn to red, and we might be falling down to this 230, 240 range. Maybe I can raise this just a little bit higher and maybe put it right here. I think I'm going to do that actually. I think I'm going to raise it to right there. Because I actually do think we're going to be coming down to this line right here. That's not a good MACD. That's not a good RSI. And actually volume has started to shift a little bit as well. So on both of these, I got to say be worried. And again, on both of these, I think a lot of the reason is the NASDAQ. This is not a good NASDAQ right here at all. So be careful in tech in general. Be careful with these AI stocks. And hey, just my opinions. If you got better ones, let me hear them.